I guess just talk about how preseason's gone so far. You got almost 2 weeks under your belt. How would you assess the progression of the team, and how do you like the team coming together?
Well, our big emphasis this year was being together. Coming from the spring season, the pandemic season, I guess you want to call it. It was really hard to really get to know each other in an organic way. While I thought the girls did a tremendous job of blending, we didn't have that natural, let's go to dinner, let's go to lunch. We didn't have those opportunities. And this year, because, our team was 100% vaccinated, we were able to do things a little bit differently. Obviously, paying attention to what, the CDC says, but we've been able to really come together and develop some really crucial dynamic relationships that I think will carry us well into the season.
And have you got a sense so far of like the talent and depth of the team? Kind of, how would you assess that, in your third year here?
Every year it gets better. That's the goal. Every year you want every recruiting class to be better than the last, or you want every recruiting class to complement the class that came before. And I think we have a very good young team. We returned 15 out of 16 players last year. We added 5 new players to the mix, and the freshmen have done a tremendous job challenging and competing. It'll be interesting to see how everything unfolds and how everything comes together. But again, the most important component is this, we talk about this word in our gym, together. We are working on really being together at all times and really taking care of our culture and our dynamic relationships with one another.
And what are some of the things early on you're working on? And what are you doing? A lot of skills stuff in practice? Are you scrimmaging? Like, what kind of stuff?
It's a combination of everything. Our focus is we want to be one of the fastest offensive teams, in our league, and one of the fastest teams in our region. We work on tempo a lot, and we've got 2 tremendous setters that are doing a phenomenal job, connecting, with their attackers. There are certain days, obviously, they're better than others. But there's no quit in our group. There's no quit in the setters. They're constantly and consistently pushing the envelope.
In terms of non-conference play, obviously start out at the Mercer tournament. I guess, accomplishing. What are you looking to accomplish that weekend? I guess.
Just continue to get better every day. Obviously, I could sit here and say I would be lying if I didn't tell you I wanted to win the tournament. And I think every one of our girls will tell you that. Our athletes will tell you that. But the reality of it is we want to win in conference, and our non-traditional is meant to prepare us to compete, in the rigorous America East. And we're just hoping to just every day we put, our foot forward and we do it together, and that's really important.
Okay, and then the America East schedule, how do you see the conference kind of shaping up, and where would you stack us amongst that group?
It's interesting, because when the poll came out, you had Albany in first, us tied with UMBC for second. UMBC is the returning champion, and they had a magical year last year. And then you have Stony Brook, who was number 4, and then Hartford, and then followed by Binghamton and NJIT. But that top 4, and even that top 5, including Hartford, I believe that any one of us could win the championship this year. You just got to show up at the right time, and I think it's going to be a very competitive year. I think that we have a lot of athletes, not only here at UNH, we have athletes within our league that are getting back to just being grateful for the things that were taken away from us. And I really feel like we're going to see different types of performances, a performance, guided by soul versus guided by material, if that makes sense. And again, you've heard me say this multiple times, so much was taken away from us, and we need to be grateful for everything that we have, and we need to be grateful for the people around us that have put us in position to get back to normal. And we just need to continue to work, and it's not just UNH, it's everyone within our league, and honestly, everyone that's playing collegiate sports. We're very lucky to be trending in a positive direction.
And then just goals for the program. Obviously, you want to win the conference championship, get back to the NCAA tournament, but what are some other things that you're talking about getting better every day? What are some of the other things that the team talks about in terms of goal setting?
Well, for our staff, we want to teach our kids to win for life, and that's a big thing. Like, while winning is important, we're really focused on the humanistic portion of team building and team bonding. So we focus on our athletes individually and how we bring them together, and winning comes as a result. A lot of times when programs focus just on winning, they lose sight of the followers, the people that are the pillars of success, and that's the athletes, and that's the assistant coaches. And just, we want to really come together and do this together and do it the right way, and that's focusing on us as people and doing this together.